So I've been doing a bit of thinking lately, and I noticed something very interesting. Dragon Ball is a large series with many different parts and ways to enjoy it, such as the anime, dub or sub, as well as the manga. In fact, those things I just mentioned are part of the topic for today. So I want to tackle the various splits in the Dragon Ball fandom and why they are the way they are. I don't want to bore you guys, so let's get on into the video. Funny that this is the first topic. Yes guys, I promise that the Dragon Ball manga vs. anime series is coming in due time. But anyway, so this is a serious topic of debate in the Dragon Ball. Oh man, I really put serious topic of debate in the fucking script. About this?
Yo! Shoot! Game! Oh, please!
No. But anyways, the manga fans prefer the manga as it is because it's Toriyama's original vision. Whatever is in the manga came from Toriyama himself. Until we get to Super, where the author only works with Toriyama, and GT doesn't even have one at all. But that's besides the main point I'm trying to make. The appeal of the manga story-wise is that it's the original vision, so whatever goes on in there is what Toriyama envisioned to happen. While the manga is a book, so it doesn't have moving pictures, it does have static ones, and Toriyama's art is simply beautifully crafted and outdoes certain scenes from the anime. With no technology to hold it back either, the manga is timeless and will never look old-fashioned. On the anime side of things, the main point is that it's a moving picture. You can see everything, the way the characters emote, all of their movements in battle, etc. The characters also have a definitive voice, delivery, and the show adds music to increase the atmosphere. These things are up to the reader to decide how they look and sound when dealing with in the manga, but some people simply don't have that imagination, so they prefer to have it given to them. Having a show that's voice acted and has musical compositions that people can connect to does just that. It establishes a more personal connection between the characters, those people, and the audience. I personally love both and respect both audiences in this regard. However, this is a perfect segment into the next category. Oh my goodness, no! This shit. Actually, to be honest, this split is the main reason why I'm even making this video. Now, look, for all the dub fans out there, let's put it into perspective why the sub fans prefer to watch the show this way. The voice actors, script, name choices, and music choices are all original. They were done in Japanese first and were meant for the Japanese audience, directly modeled after Toriyama's work. This is the most accurate way, anime-wise at least, to get the dialogue characters are supposed to say, the names they're given their techniques, and to call each other, and even the way the music was composed and placed for the series. However, on the flip side, sub fans, let's try to understand the dub fans as well. Now honestly, this category boils down to one thing in particular, nostalgia. When people refer to nostalgia, it's usually in a negative light, but nostalgia is great, and everyone has it for something that they did in their younger years. People who grew up with the English dub established that connection mentioned earlier and saw the characters in a different way because of how they were portrayed, even if that portrayal didn't match the original vision. Though that wasn't the point of the dub. As kids, we didn't care about Goku's Hope of the Universe speech not being the same in the Japanese dub. We cared about how the character's delivery was awesome, the music was loud and hype, and it showed us all the awesome sides of Dragon Ball, mainly in the Z portion. But that's enough damage controlling for us dubbies. Let's move on to... Let's see here. Let's go down the list. We checked off manga versus anime. Sub versus dub. And then we got Oh my fucking god, why? This fucking shit. Let's go ahead and do it.
What? What the fuck?
Okay, so here's the thing. Let me say this before I fucking attack. Yes, Kai is objectively a better dub. Better script, delivery, less filler. Kai, from a critical standpoint, outdoes Z in every way. However, like I said earlier, many fans don't care about that. The voice actors they grew up with, not all, but some of them, were replaced. The people they established that connection with and recognized as the characters they loved, some were gone. The filler scenes that people loved, the way characters were portrayed, the music they grew up with, all of it was gone. Well, they did it to reflect the original vision more accurately. It was never about that for some fans. Now, on the flip side, those fans have to understand where the others are coming from as well. Dragon Ball is a literary work and must be critiqued as so. When an adaptation of that work does not follow the original very well, it tends to make itself and the entire work look worse as a result. That's all I'm gonna say on this though. I don't want to get the fanboys riled up at me. Oh, T-Dub, how dare you talk bad about Kai? Or, oh, T-Dub, how dare you talk good about Kai? I fucking hate Kai, in my opinion is fucking right. So I don't know why you talking good about Kai. Whatever. The last bit I'm going to touch on deviates from the rest, hence why I saved it for last. And that subject is... oh shit, now y'all know I had to do this one. With the announcement and hype behind Dragon Ball FighterZ and the newfound hate for Xenoverse 2 and the likes, I have to talk about why this split even exists. Now, coming up when Dragon Ball games when they were most popular, which was during the PS2 era, we had a nice balance of both kinds of games. They had the Budokai Trilogy, Infinite World, and Super Dragon Ball Z for the 2D fans, mainly Tenkaichi Trilogy for those who took a liking to the 3D formula. Once this generation was over, however, that split became increasingly more favorable for 3D fans. Since 2008, with Bursum and Infinite World, the 2D side of the community has not seen a new console game. The Raisin Blast and Xenoverse series, as well as games like Ultimate Tenkaichi and Battle of Z, all appeal to the seemingly more casual 3D fans. This decision was made because the popularity of 2D games saw a hit after the release of Tenkaichi 2, and BT3 pretty much sold the deal. Fans were more interested in more characters being added into their games, even if it broke balance, simply for the sake of it feeling more like the anime. In a 2D arena, there's only so much you can do to make the game feel like the anime it's portraying, and keep it somewhat balanced at the same time. There's nothing wrong with being more casual and those games selling better, but that doesn't mean that cutting out the 2D side of the community entirely is fair either. They tried appeasing them with the Budokai HD collection, but that was half-assed, and those games were a decade old at that point. With FighterZ coming around, it's nice to see that side's revival, but now the 3D fans are a bit salty, and it's causing an even bigger shift than there was before. But I guess those kinds of things are inevitable in this community. What did you guys think about the video? Did you guys enjoy this video? What about the editing? Did you guys enjoy the editing? Trying to sit down and kind of sit with my editing a little more, trying to make it a little bit more relevant to how the topic is going. But yeah, that's pretty much what I had to do. But what did you guys think? That's all I'm asking, really. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you guys for watching. This has been your boy T-Dub. I'll see all you Sexi Messi Flexi Pexi motherfuckers in the next video. Peace out.